Alright, Shalom Makiam. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Recha HaKodash. Double honors go out to the apostles, elders, great millstone, wrong teach well. Shalom Barakim to brothers and sisters out there. Alright, lesson I wanted to throw up through the spirit, dealing with the MOTB. As brothers, constantly try to push out that message, that the prophecy of the mark of the beast. All right, it's definitely coming. All right, which really it's already here. All right, you have the Neuralink with Elon Musk, and now you have the World Economic Forum talking about the CBDC is going to be implanted under your skin. All right, so it's already here, and then not to mention, many years ago, they were having chipping parties, and there was a company in Wisconsin, I believe, back in 2017 that had brought the chip into their company, their workplace, and you've also had that website Dangerous Things where you can order the microchip and implant it into your own self, your own skin, in easy, simple steps, or whatever they say, or whatever they advertise. That's been available for many years as well, or for a few years at least. But we're coming into the hour that majority of the people are not prepared for, and that hour is the hour of temptation. All right, spoken about in the book of Revelations, where the MOTB, the microchip, is going to be made mandatory across the globe, but especially here in America. And if you do not take it, you're going to be outcasted from society, which is an uncomfortability that a lot of people do not want to deal with. So they're going to conform. All right, that's just the reality of it. It sucks, but most of our family, if not all of our family even, may take it. And you have to be prepared for that. And they're going to try to persuade you to take it. And you might have children and they're hungry, during the time of famine. Oh, Papa or Mama, just take the chip, take it, so we can eat, so we can get some water, so we can do this, so we can do that. That's best believe it's not going to be easy. All right? Which Yahweh desire of the elect, but it's not going to be easy for us. It's known as the hour of temptation, man. What more needs to be said? All right, you already have demons in your head now. How much more in that time? You're already tempted to do certain things of the world. How much more in that time? All right, we're really about to receive the squeeze, so to speak, man. And it's going to be very tempting to conform to the ways of the beast so we can receive some form of comfortability again, but you have to resist it. You have to resist temptation in order to maintain your crown. Right, so this is the etymology of the word temptation. It's a noun, circa 1200. It says act of enticing someone to sin. Also, an experience or state of being tempted. All right, it says to feel, try out that which tempts a person to sin. You go down here to tempt, and it says of the devil flesh. Draw or entice to evil or sin. Lure someone from God's law. Look at that. Lure someone from God's law. Let me screenshot that one. Lure someone from God's law. That's crazy. And which Satan is known as the tempter. Now, and his physical counterpart is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And through his system that he's about to set up, the NWO, the New World Order, he's going to tempt you to take that microchip implant, the RFID or NFC, depending on where you are. All right, in America, it's RFID, radio frequency identification device. And in Europe, it's NFC, near field communications. Esau, Edom is going to tempt you to conform to that and take that and get it implanted in your hand or in your forehead so that you may continue to operate in society. All right, as it is written. But, I'm going to get this. 2 Corinthians 2:11, least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant. All right, let's get that word for ignorant. Scriptures talk about how if it were possible, he shall deceive the very elect. If it were possible. All right, meaning it's not. All right, so just the word for ignorant. G50, and it says to be ignorant, not to know not to understand unknown, to err or sin through mistake, to be wrong. It says not to know through lack of information or intelligence, by implication to ignore through disinclination, be ignorant, not know, not understand, unknown. Let's see what the NLT says. This is the NLT. It says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. There you go. All right, so we are fully aware of the fact that we're about to be persecuted. We're fully aware that we're about to be pilgrims on the earth. We're fully aware that the microchip implant is about to be made mandatory, and that most of the people out here are going to conform and take that. All right, we are completely aware of this. So in us being aware, what are we going to do? We're going to walk in wisdom. We're going to walk in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. We're going to continue in the faith and do the things that we need to do. Okay? Because as it says in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge is what's going to keep you stable. Right? Wisdom and knowledge is talking about the understanding of the scriptures, understanding of prophecies, the certain characteristics that you've acquired through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, being an Israelite, being a God King priest. Okay, these are things that you can't buy on the internet. These are things that you can't go to college for. Okay, there's no high school course for that. Okay, there's no trade school that's going to teach you how to be a man that's been refined as gold. All right, this is all through the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, most of these people out here, the bottom line is they're going to take the chip and they're going to be fucking destroyed. All right? And the scriptures say, I believe it's Philippians 2:12, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So that's exactly what we ought to do. Work out your own salvation. So you're going to see a bunch of people you know, friends, family, whatever, exes, all that, taking that chip. Fuck them. All right? That means their name was not written in the book of life. Because as it says in Revelation, the 14th chapter, you can't repent from taking that. You're going to be destroyed from nuclear missiles. And that's just what it is, man. Somebody's got to play that role, and you just got to hope that it ain't you. I just got to hope that it ain't me. Okay? But majority of people are going to take that shit, bro. That's written. All right? Let the multitude perish then that was born in vain. Most of our people, most of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, along with the speckled bird, don't matter if you look like a white boy or an Asian girl or whatever. If you're a fucking Israelite, then there's a standard that you have to uphold. Ecclesiastes 12:13. The Lord don't give a fuck how you look. He never did. He said back in the book of Samuel that he doesn't judge like man judges. He goes off on the heart, the soul, the spirit. All right? He don't care how you look. Okay? So if you're an Israelite, you are not to take the microchip implant. All right, you're not to conform, and not only that, you're not to conform to the ways of this beast, period, to his system and what he's got going on. You're supposed to be ye separate. All right, the Lord has severed you from the other nations. Stop trying to be like these goddamn heathens, man. All right, Jeremiah 10:2 talks about not following after the ways of the heathen, man. All right, but the scriptures tell us in Matthew 18:17, Yahweh Shai said, if a man neglect to hear the church, he'll be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican. All right? So most of our people are like the fucking heathens now. They're just Edomites with goddamn chocolate skin. All right? So to speak. But you do literally have tares out there as well. But I'm saying it in the sense of John 8:44, you're your father the devil. All right? So let's get this Revelations 3:10. It says, which is where the title is going to come from. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will, and this in red. You can't see it, but this is in red. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Point blank, period. Hour of temptation is when the microchip is made mandatory, and everybody's going to have to make that decision. Are you going to take it, or are you going to refrain from it? And be a pilgrim upon the earth, and be hungry, be thirsty. Go through hell, but for righteousness' sake, for the sake of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right? Choice is yours. The question is, are you going to make the right choice? Proverbs 22:3, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Roughly paraphrasing. And I do say roughly because I might have butchered it, but the point is that the prudent man foreseeth the evil. He sees it coming and he avoids it. He hides himself. All right, so we know that the sea hip is coming out. Microchip, we know it's going to be made mandatory, so we're prepping ourselves mentally for that, spiritually for that. Okay? 1 Thessalonians 5. We know the times and the seasons. We know what day we're in. We know that it's going to come out any day now. It's going to be presented as a solution to an ongoing problem. There's going to be a false flag event or whatever may happen that's going to trigger people desiring a solution. That solution is going to be that microchip. We're not ignorant of this. Okay? So avoid it. All right, Revelations 13 clearly tells us that the mark of the beast is something that is implanted under your skin and you buy or sell with it. So we know exactly what it is, and we know it's going to be made mandatory, and we know that if it's not, you're going to be persecuted if you don't, not if it's not, I'm saying if you don't take it, you're going to be persecuted. We know these things, we're not ignorant of these things, so we're not going to fall victim to them, so long as we stay faithful to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? Strive for the truth unto death. All right, let me get that. Because as it is written, some of us will die for the Lord. Sirach 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Okay? Unto death, man. Whether that, unto the end, in other words, right? So whether you get beamed up or you're martyred, whatever the case may be, you need to continue to fight for the Lord, and he shall fight for thee. All right? It's not rocket science, man. The Lord simply wants us to just listen to him for once. All right? You read throughout the Bible, especially the book of Judges, our people have a history of being negligent to the words of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Now is the time to reclaim your heritage, to reclaim the righteous ways of our forefathers that are written in the Bible, and to be like them. All right, Jeremiah 6:16, seek out the old past, man. Fuck this new age shit. All right, fuck being a goddamn black person or a Latino or a fucking Native American from the Apache tribe, whatever the fuck, man. Fuck all that shit. All right, we're from the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? Continue to strive in that. Be sincere, be genuine. Just be a fucking Israelite, man. Be a brother. All right? Have no guile in your mouth. Like Nathaniel. Right? Yahweh Shai said, an Israelite indeed in whom is no guile. Be like that. All right? Be a good brother. Be a good sister. All right? Be sincere to the Lord. Pray fast. Do what you got to do. Stay out the way. All right? So with that said, shalom.